to simultaneously make several attacks. I'm already liking that. The number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. These attacks are equally divided among all prey in the bounty hunter's line of sight. These hits always hit and always score critical hits. These attacks are equally divided. That sounds to me like these are melee attacks with a melee weapon and not psychic abilities. So I feel like this would be great if you weren't a psyker and you had a long range kind of thing. Grand strategist. Master of battlefield positioning for themselves and their allies. Grand strategist is able to increase the battle effectiveness of their party by designating and strengthening important parts of the battlefield. Boring! Next one. Okay, well, we should maybe read this anyway. Unlike the battlefield, create specific areas providing bonuses to allies, including the grand strategist. Frontline, backline, rear. In the first round in combat, all 3 areas can be created in 1 turn. In the following rounds, only 1 of them can be created per turn. All areas can be moved with the corresponding abilities once per turn. 1 per turn, and cannot overlap, okay? There are 2 or more grand strategies in the party. The combat tactics are common for all these strategies, okay? And the highest stat is used for all, okay. Regardless of the abilities used, the grand strategist always acts first in combat. Interesting. Oh, boop. Take and hold. Choose 1 combat tactics area. Every ally inside of the area gains an extra turn with 1 AP and 2 MP at the start of the next turn. This seems really hard to play around, I feel like. So if Bounty Hunter is more for like ranged shooting, although I like the crit hit increase. Maybe this isn't for us. Yeah, ballistic skill. You see that? I mean, there is a weapon skill thing here as well. All enemies within the area of effect within a 1 cell radius. Yeah, I don't really like this ability either. Because if we use this, then we have to be next to all of these prey in combat, and that would only really happen if we're fighting multiple bosses at once, or a single boss with multiple like entities that are tanky enough to not die in 1 hit. No, let's not go Bounty Hunter. I think it's Assassin. Yep. Oh, we get to view the abilities too. Assassin makes an attack that does not count towards the limit of attacks per turn. I'm sold. Does not block movement, but only deals 25% of the usual damage. If the attack is successful, the target suffers the hemorrhage. At the beginning of each of the target's turn, they will suffer 4 rending damage. That's based on lethality. A new stat has appeared. Oh, and that's equal to our dodgy reduction. Okay, so we definitely need to stack agility, which is gonna be a little bit rough. Okay. For 1 round, the assassin becomes the lowest priority target for enemy attacks and gains the elusive effect. Can move through enemies, gain plus agility bonus dodge and perception bonus dodge reduction. Assassin's attacks deal plus 10% additional damage. On half cover provides 50% cover efficiency. Fades when attacked. Okay. Armor and deflection reduction. -4 deflection reduction? Okay, so we get int bonus on the poise to strike. That's pretty good. Dashes in a straight line for up to 2 cells, suffering 4 less damage from attacks of opportunity. Gain 6% dodge until our next turn. Oh, I think we can dash through enemies. Does not stack. After the first use, the assassin can use this ability again for free. Oh. Oh, there's no cooldown? So we can, like, dash through enemies to get to the other side to hit the weak spot? Yes. Spam, spam, spam. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Assassin's next single target attack will have a -50% armor penetration penalty. What? We do 50% less armor penetration? Is that what that means? And plus 10 lethality. Okay, so that's something we could use before Death Whisper. If it's a melee attack, the target is rotated 180 degrees. The enemy's dodge and parry is equal to 0 until the start of the enemy's next turn. Okay. The assassin's attacks grant 40% dodge to the target of this attack. Wait. If it hits, it deals an additional 9 extra damage, increased by twice the percentage of the target's missed wounds. Whoa. What? What? Lethality divided by 5. Okay, but... increased by twice the percentage of the target's missing wounds. So if they're at 50% health, this does 100% extra damage, so 18. Oh, so this is like a finishing kind of move, I guess. Oh, I don't get to choose now. We just get the... Okay, never mind. Did all that reading for nothing. Oh, so this is the same assassin sub-archetype. Vanguard? I haven't seen a single van in this playthrough. I don't feel like having a guard for them is that useful. The Arch-Militant is a formidable master of warfare able to blend various weapons and styles mid-combat with melee, range, or anything between. Okay, core focus, versatility, large area attacks, personal buff, weapon set rotation, and crowd control. We get the keystone feature versatility. Whenever the Arch-Militant uses an attack that is of a different type from the previous attack. Different type, what does that mean? Single shot melee, single target or burst. Area melee, area range, or ranged burst. Okay. We gain a stack of versatility if we do that, okay? We gain +3 weapon skill and ballistic skill for every stack of versatility. If we have 4 or more stacks of versatility, the arch militant deals an additional 10 plus weapon skill bonus or 10 plus ballistic skill bonus damage, whichever is highest. So the bonus is 3 or 5. So we're looking at like 15% extra damage. I mean, we do stack the thing. I guess that's gonna grow over combat. Okay, so we need to be juggling different types of attacks to build up stacks and make us do more damage. I see. Seems like a lot of work. Until end of combat, the arch militant can make 1 additional attack each turn. Okay. Including 1 additional attack on the turn this heroic act was used. The first attack offers used invisibility and each turn afterwards costs 0 AP. Okay, now that's something I can get behind. Honestly, the versatility seems like a little bit of a pain in the butt, but this seems pretty strong. Alright, let's look at the Vanguard. Unstoppable force on the front line and a beacon for the allies. Even when facing extremely heavy fire, a Vanguard only grows stronger in the crucible of battle. Frontline leader, defensive support, temporary wounds, absorbing attack, attack redirection. Okay. Each attack against the Vanguard grants them 1 stack of unyielding beacon. Each stack increases their resolve by 1 up to a max of 15. That's a lot. All allies in the 2-cell radius around the Vanguard gain 1/5 of that, so up to 3. A 2-cell radius is kind of tight though. Is that a square or a circle? Temporary wounds applied to the Vanguard now stack, but only remain stacked until the start of the next turn. Okay, so that gives us temporary hit points and resolve. I'm not a fan of temporary hit points for some reason. Until the next turn, the Vanguard attacks each enemy that attacks the Vanguard's allies in a 3-cell radius around the Vanguard. Yo dog, I heard you like Vanguards, so I put Vanguards in your Vanguard. Additionally, until the next turn, the Vanguard always retaliates when attacked. Okay. I'm feeling like that would mean that Ablard would probably need to have another weapon, or not have 2 swords but have a sword and a gun kind of a situation. Okay. I kinda sorta want to see what the abilities are like here. Is there like a taunt or something? Okay, damage deflection against ranged attack equal to the number of stacks of Undying Beacon. Could be good. Allies get 16% damage and armor pen against enemies in a 2-cell radius around the Vanguard. I don't like the 2-cell radius. It is too small. Oh, there you can see the preview. Okay, so that it is a circle. Ish. Vanguard choose an ally. All enemies in a 3-cell radius around the ally must make a willpower resistance test with -15 penalty. On a failed test, the Vanguard becomes the priority target. Okay, so this is a roll to taunt, I think. Vanguard forces an enemy in their melee range to immediately attack the Vanguard. All of the Vanguard's allies are wielding melee attacks, weapons adjacent to the enemy, make an attack of opportunity against the enemy. The enemy suffers plus fellowship bonus more damage from these attacks and has minus 16% parry to dodge. Oh, this is gonna be so hard to use. All the Vanguard's allies are wielding melee weapons. So first of all, our allies has to be wielding melee weapons. So at best, that's Emily and Pascal. And they have to be adjacent to the same enemy. That means we cannot split up. Which means that we will have potentially three melee guys running on the same single enemy who's gonna die immediately upon making contact. So I don't think that's a skill we're ever gonna get value out of. And none of these other skills seem that great. I mean, damage deflection is nice and all, but he already has excellent damage reduction. Is it really assassin? And Emily is already assassin. Okay, so I guess we can also do this with normal weapons. With melee weapons, I mean. We just have to alternate between area attack and single target attack. Maybe we go Arch Militant here, just for the memes. Okay. Argenta, I feel like, could definitely benefit from steady superiority. Who can't? Am I right? You might benefit from Bounty Hunter though, because you have the range. Always hit, always crit. Yeah, let's try Bounty Hunter here. Pascal, why don't you try the Grand Strategist? Cassia. Ooh, okay. What is the Master Tactician? Always in the thick of battle, using their leadership and combat prowess, Master Tacticians are able to harness the momentum of their party to enhance the combat effectiveness of their allies and themselves. Okay, core focus scaling with party success, long-term single target buffs, momentum and versatility. That's, yeah, kind of sounds like how we're playing her right now. She's all... oh, that's persuasion. I don't really care about that. Fellowship and ballistic skill. We do want to keep fellowship going up. We haven't had many opportunities to. We get 2 keystone features. Press to advantage means that our next attack deals 4 additional damage for every stack of tactical advantage the Master Tactician has. Okay, so that's the other thing. And loses half of their stacks of tactical advantage rounded up. Okay. Spend half of our stacks, get 4% times number of stacks additional damage. Their next attack. So that would mean even littles there. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how we get the stacks first before we decide. So we gain 1 stack of tactical advantage per every 5 momentum gained by the tactician or their allies. We do build up momentum reasonably quickly. We begin combat with number of tactical advantage equal to their fellowship bonus. Okay, which is, drumroll please, 5. So we start with 5 stacks. And it is possible that we'll be at like 6 or 7 stacks by the time it's Cassia's turn. Even with just the 5 stacks, we get an additional 20% damage on Little Stare, which seems pretty strong. And we don't need to spend any action points to get more stacks. This is just automatically gained. So her already overpowered area cone attack gets even stronger. Yes, please. Last volley. We select a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies that have line of sight to enemies, any enemy inside the selected zone, make an immediate single attack against a random enemy within the zone that they can target with their weapons. Okay. More strong is more better. I agree. Until the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn, all allies that attack as part of the last volley suffer -20 penalty to their ballistic and weapon skill, while the Master Tactician's fellowship is reduced by 40 until end of combat. Oof, but that's a desperate measure. So this is like a we need to kill this boss right now. And you know what? Valid. Orchestrated firestorm? Okay, so this is basically the same, but it's an heroic act instead. And we don't get the drawbacks. You know what? I'm kind of liking that. I don't think Vanguard is the right choice here. Let's see what some of these abilities look like. Inspire, target gains plus 5% damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage. Okay. Gain resolve. So this keeps in line with the officer role of buffing our friends. I feel like this is a good choice for us. Yeah, let's go with the Master Tactician. And Idira, oh, I was kind of expecting to see Crazy Person here, but I guess we'll go with it. Assassin for you too? Why not? Okay. Let's get you healed. Honestly. If not removed, the medkit will turn into an old injury. Okay. Not removed by when? Too many injuries reduce the character's resolve and cause traumas. 3 or more injuries do not heal them in time with medkit. What is in time? The injuries will become traumas. Traumas reduce the character's resolve, also inflict additional negative effects. Okay. Do we use a medkit on this? How many medkits do we have? We just landed, you know? 8. I think we're fine. Not super worried about Pascal, honestly. Or do we have Conviction Heretical? Yes, we do. I think. Okay. +4 max health. We gain extra toughness while with high veil degradation. And we regen rank wounds per round, which is good. I feel like we want to start building into like increased veil degradation. Especially with this sword. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so degrade the veil. I heard it likes it. When we hit with single shot attack, we don't use single shot attacks. Let's take the heretical thing. Medal of Alacrity. Only Cassia can use the Bring It Down ability. They will gain 1 more action point. Okay. Didn't we get something else as well? In addition to this gem that we wanted Emily to use? That's a pretty good sniper rifle, though. Maybe Cassia? Yeah, so the one-handed situation here is not what we want. Not now, at least. We want something with high rate of fire. Oh, that's a two-handed bolter. Does less damage, but you get an additional bullet.